Good morning, students. On behalf of Khair Public School, I am Shadab Ahmed. Now, I am going to teach the chapter 4th of chemistry, structure of atom. We already studied atom and molecules, that what is the atom and the size of the atom and all the things of the atoms we study already. Now we are going to study structure of atom, that how look like a atom, what is the shape of atom. Now we are going to know about the atom briefly. That's I am going to recall you that the Dalton's theory, what the theory of the Dalton's on the atoms, that is the first theory of the atoms is that of the Dalton's, that is atom is a very tiny particle, that atom is a very tiny particle in any matter. That means, according to Dalton, atom is the smallest particle which form matter, which form molecules, which form other another types of the matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. We know very. Now we are going to know that what is the structure of the atom. In this chapter, we will study about the structure of an atom and what is that theory, what the theory of the Dalton is, that is a tiny particle of the atom is a tiny particle in any matter, it is right or wrong. But in this chapter we know about the subatomic particle of the atom, that is the subatomic particle of the atom, that is first, second and third. That means the atom is also break into the three subatomic particle, which first is electron, and the second is proton, and the third is neutron. Now we are going to know about the electron, about the proton and about the neutron, that who discovered the electron and who discovered the proton and who discovered the neutron. Now we are going to know sequence wise that now I am going to tell you a short trick to learn who discovered the electron, who discovered the proton and who discovered the neutron. Now we are going that eat per nach. It is a Hindi word, I know it is a Hindi word, but E. Now we are going to know about E. is represented the electron, and the ta is represented the electron. Who discovered the electron? J.J. Thomson. The discoverer of the electron, they are that who invented the electron? The inventor of the electron is J.J. Thomson, and the pa is denoted the proton, and the discoverer of the proton by the Rutherford, Rutherford. Rutherford. The discoverer of the proton is Rutherford, and the next is the Na is represented the neutron, and the discovered of neutron by the James Chadwick. Clear? It is a short trick to learn. It is a short trick that learn the structure of an atom, that the subatomic particle of the atom is discovered the electron, neutron and neutron, and you discover the electron, neutron and proton. We must have to learn the short trick of the eat per nachi. It is the Hindi word, but E is represented the electron, that the electron is discovered by the Thomson, and the proton is pa is represented the proton, and the discoverer of the proton by the Rutherford, and the na is represented the neutron, and the neutron is discovered by the Chadwick. Clear? Now we are going to know about the structure of the atom. It is a short trick that you to learn very easily to who discovered the electron, who discovered the proton and who discovered the neutron. Now we are going to know about the structure of atom. Structure of atom, we must to know that the structure of atom look like a sphere, look like a sphere. This is sphere. Now if you want to form any sphere, atom, if you want to form any sphere, you must have to take a circle at the point. Without point you cannot be form a circle or sphere. Without point, it is the point of the circle. It's just like a circle, but it is a sphere because the subatomic particle, it is an atom. It is atom because the shape of the atom, the size of the atom, the shape of the atom is like a sphere, like a sphere, like a sphere. The size of the atom, the structure of the atom is like a sphere, and this sphere is a positive. This sphere is positive, and the electrons are present in it, and the charges of the electron is negative. And after all, we are going to know about the sequence wise who discovered the electron and how discovered the electron, and who discovered the proton and how discovered the proton, and neutron and how discovered the neutron. We are going to know, we are going to study about the sequence wise of the electron, proton and neutron. Let first discovered of the electron by the J.J. Thomson. What he say? J.J. Thomson? J.J. Thomson says that a dry fruit of Christmas pudding, he take the dry fruit of Christmas pudding and he gave the example that the atom is just like a Christmas pudding. In this the Christmas pudding, in the seed of the Christmas pudding, in the pudding, in the regular manner in arrange into the Christmas pudding, just like atoms, and electron is also present in the atoms, just like a Christmas pudding. If you want to take an example of the watermelon, when you take example of watermelon, if you see watermelon, when you cut middle term of the middle term of the watermelon, you can say the seeds of the black seeds of the watermelon, you can a definite manner is arranged in the definite manner. So that's the Thomson is tell that a Christmas pudding is a Christmas pudding. What we think are the watermelon, the positive charge of atom is spread it all over like a red is part of the watermelon, while the electron just like a watermelon. If you see the electron, it is a watermelon. When it cuts into two different parts, when you see, then you will see that the seeds of the watermelon is arranged in a definite classes, a definite manner into the watermelon, just like the electrons by the J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson said that the which seeds is present into the Christmas pudding and the seed arranged into the watermelon, just like all the electrons are arranged in the atom, just like a watermelon, just like a Christmas pudding. That means the electron discovered by the J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is said that the seeds on that manner with the arrange of the seeds into the watermelon, just like arrange all the electrons into the atom. It is the theory of J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is said to be that all the electrons are the negative charge, and the sphere is always in the positive charge, and both the positive and negative charge, when you combine, then it's always remain into the neutral to flow the electric current, That means all the atoms are electrically neutral according to the J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is said to be the sphere, the layer of the sphere, the sphere is always positive charge and into the electrons, and in the sphere of the electrons is always a negative charge, and the positive and negative charge when it combined, then the atom is always electrically neutral. It is just said to be by the J.J. Thomson. Now we are going to know about the electron, and the second subatomic particle of that atom is proton. And proton is discovered by the Rutherford. What we said, the Rutherford, how the Rutherford find the proton into the atom. So he experiment one thing. He take the gold foil just like a polythene. Foil is a polythene, but polythene is that which material is made of the polythene? Gold is made of the polythene. Near about 1000 atoms of the gold he takes and form a gold foil. That means the polythene of the gold. He take 1000 atom of the gold and he form the polythene or gold foil, and he started to flow the alpha rays. He started to flow the alpha rays of helium to the double. He started to flow the alpha rays into the gold foil. That means if the structure of the gold foil, just like, look very carefully, my students, if we struck 1000 atom of gold foil, now if we consider it is a gold foil. If we think it is a gold foil, then it will be the nucleus of the atom. The Rutherford started to passes through the gold foil alpha rays started to flow the alpha rays very fast of the alpha rays. The some rays is direct passes into the foil, but the sum of particles of the alpha rays are deflected. Some of the alpha particle is deflected. You can see very easily the alpha particle. It is the alpha particle. If we do not that it is the alpha particle, what Rutherford do? He make the gold foil. He make the gold foil of the foil just like a polythene. You can say that the foil is polythene. If you find the meaning of the polythene, so then then the foil of the meanings is also polythene, or we can say that in Hindi panni, jisko foil means that is panni. We can say that he made the gold foil near about the 1000 atoms of the gold foil. He takes and make the polythene, and he started to passes the alpha, very fast alpha rays, and the some alpha rays is continuously passes and directly passes, but some particle does not passes. He deflect and he makes some angles. He deflected the path of the alpha rays. So he found who? Rutherford. So Rutherford found that the some particles are also present in the in the atom. Some also subatomic particle is also present in the atom, and which atom was proton. Which atom was proton? That's mean the Rutherford experiment, what experiment? That he make the 1000 atom, he make the 1000 atom of the gold foil, and he started to pass through the alpha particle. Some particles are very easily passes through the gold foil, but some particles is not passes through the gold foil. He deflect his path. So he discovered that the proton, that the subatomic particle is also present in the atom, which is the proton, and proton is the positive charge. Proton is the positive charge because the alpha particle, when the passes the alpha particle, some positive charge is deflected the alpha particle. So he said the Rutherford is said the subatomic particle is also present in the atom, which name is proton. And some things are written in your books. Now I am going to teach you what the terms of the Rutherford. Now we are going to know that most of the fast moving alpha particle passes the state through the gold foil. That means I told you that the some particles of the alpha rays passes very easily, but the some alpha particle is not passes, but he definite angle, but he passes into the definite angle. He deflected in its path. Okay, now we are going to on the second terms of the some alpha particle were the deflected by the foil and by the small angle, and the some alpha particle is passes but in the small angle. He make the small angle, it's make the small angle. So he found the alpha atomic particle, subatomic particle is also present into the atom. So Rutherford is discovered the proton. So he said that the one positive charge is also present into the atom. So he told that it is the proton. Now the discovery of the electron is by the J.J. Thomson, and discovery of the proton by the Rutherford. Now we are going to know some things extra of the Rutherford. Now I am going to read. So look very carefully. Most of the space inside the atom empty, because the most of the alpha particle passes through the gold foil without getting deflect. That means the atom, if we make the atom, we are going to make it is atom. If we passes the alpha particle, some alpha particle is passes very easily through the atom, but the sum of the particle, due to the presence of nucleus, when the passes of the alpha rays, due to the nucleus, it deflect. Why? The alpha rays is deflected from the nucleus of the atom, and next very few particles were deflect from their path, and indicating the positive charge, and atoms occupy very little space, and a very small fraction of the alpha particle were deflected 180 degree, and the positive charge of the mass of the gold were, look very carefully, the sum of the many alpha rays passes very easily, but the sum of the alpha rays is not passes the easily. It make the angles, it deflects from their path. So then it makes some angles, and the angles was the 180 degree. So he found the one also subatomic particle is also present in the atom, which is the proton. Now we are going to know about the Bohr's atomic model. Then it is the discovery of the proton, and we study before some times. I teach you. I told you that who discovered the electrons, and now second is who discovered the proton, and the third is now we are going to know about the Bohr's model. What say the Bohr model? That means how the electrons are arranged, how the electrons are arranged in their particular classes, because all the electrons are arranged just like a just like a watermelon. When you cut the watermelon inside anywhere when you cut, then you will see that all the seeds of the watermelons are arranged in a definite classes. So just like atoms, same to same atom, just like a atom, that all the electrons are present in the sequence and a particular classes of the atom, just like a watermelon. When you cut the watermelon, you will be see. If you want to do practical, go into the market and take and buy a purchase some one of the watermelon and come into your home and cuts inside and cut middle terms of the watermelon. You will be see that all the seeds of the watermelon is arranged into a particular classes, that same to same exact. J.J. Thomson is said just like a Christmas pudding, just like a watermelon, same to same, all the electrons are arranged into the atoms. It is electron is a subatomic particle of the atom which is present into the atom. Now we are going to know about the Bohr model. Bohr atomic model. First of all, I am going to tell you that what Bohr says. Bohr's atomic model. Now we are going to know about the Bohr's atomic model. First of all, we are going to know about what Bohr says. Bohr says that how the electrons, it is the model, which model is represented, that how the electrons are arranged into the atom, how all the electrons are arranged into the atom. So now we are going to know about the Bohr's atomic model. Bohr atomic models. Bohr said that all the atoms, we know that all the structure of atom, we know that all the structure of the atom, all the atoms look like a sphere. All the atoms look like a sphere, and the sphere is also a middle term. It is the middle term because without a center, a circle, a sphere cannot be formed. In the circle of the midpoint, it is a sphere. And it is the center part of the sphere, and the center part of the sphere is called the nucleus. Is nucleus. The center part of the sphere is a nucleus. Clear? Nucleus. And in the nucleus, the present in the two subatomic particle, which first is proton, it is the positive charge, and the second subatomic particle is present into the nucleus is neutron, which is no charge, which the neutron has a no charge, because neutron is a neutral particle. That means then the Bohr is said to be all the atoms is a nucleus, and the nucleus is present into the subatomic particle, which is the positive particle of the proton and the neutral particle of the neutron, and all the electrons are continuously revolving into their particular classes. This classes is known as orbit. And this classes is also known as shell. And this classes is also known as the orbit. That means the Bohr said all the electrons are present into the atoms in a particular classes, and all the electron continuously revolving the nucleus, and he said all the electrons arrange into the nucleus in a particular classes, and this classes is known as orbit. This classes is known as orbit. And Bohr atomic model is said that how the electron and how the electron is arranged into the into their classes in the atom, and how much electrons are arranged into the first class, into the second class, into the third class, into the fourth class. So he told that the first class of which first class is present into the nucleus, near the nucleus, the class of the present into the near the nucleus, this class is known as, he represented this class, we can say that this class is K shell. This class is beta K shell. It is said to be the classes is said to be the orbit, is said to be the cell also. Then the first class of the atom is said to be the K cell, and the second of the classes is said to be the L cell, which L cell, and the third of the classes is said to be M shell, and the last, that means the fourth class is said to be the K, L, M and N classes, that means N shell. It is said to be the N shell by the Bohr atomic model. Bohr atomic model is said to be, he named the classes, which the first class is named is the K shell, and the second class of the name of the L cell, and the third class of the cell of the M cell, and the second name of the fourth classes is N cell. And he represented, that's what I taught you before sometimes, that the Bohr said to be, Bohr's model is verify that how the electron are present into the atom, and how much electron are present into their classes, and how electrons are working in their classes. That means he said that the first class of the nucleus is K cell, and the second class of the atom is the L cell, and the third class of the atom is M cell, and the last of the fourth classes is N cell. He divided the four cell of the atom, cell, that means it is the classes. It's said to be also classes, it's said to be also orbit, that means all the electrons are present in their particular classes and revolving continuously of the atoms. So now we are going to know how much electron are present in their cells, how much electron present in K cell, how much electron present in L cell, how much electron are present in M cell, and how much electron are present in L cell. By the giving, I am going to write a formula. On behalf of that formula, you can say that the how much electron, very easily you can find out the how much electrons are arranged in their classes. Now I am going to write the formula to arrange the electron in their classes. Clear beta? The formula is that 2n square, where n is equals to number of orbit or number of cell. Number of orbit, that means don't be confused beta, don't be confused. Orbit is that it is a cell. Orbit we can say that the orbit is also known as cell, and we are also known as classes also known as classes. When I write the orbit, so don't be confused, it is a cell, that means the orbit, the second name of the orbit is cell. The number of orbit, the n is represented the number of orbit. If we are going to take some examples, how you can find the cells, how you can find, how you can arrange the electrons in their particular classes, how you can arrange the electron in their own classes. So now we are going to more and more about the Bohr atomic model. So first, if we take one shell, that means one orbit. If we take one orbit, very carefully beta, look here very carefully, look here very carefully, look here very carefully. There, if we take one shell, the formula of the arranging to the electron is, if we take one shell, that means n is equals to 1. If we take 1, then the formula, you have the formula of 2n square, and if we put the n is equals to, if we put n is equals to 1, then 2 1 the square, and it will be the 2 multiplied by 1 is equals to 2. That's mean in the first class of the atom, in the first orbit of the atom, or in the first cell of the atoms, is always filled only the 2 electron in the first class of the atom. In the first class of the atom, only the 2 electrons are present in their first class. Clear? Now we are going to go into the second class. How much electron are filled into the second class? And the second class, that means the n is equals to, if we take 2, that 2 is represented the 2 cell, the second cell. If we take the second cell, then 2 multiplied by 2 is, that's the square of the 2, it is the square, and 2 multiplied by 2 to the 4, and 4 to the 8. That means in the second class of the atom is filled of the electron. If you want to fill the electrons, then how much electron will be filled into the second class? 8 electron will be filled into the second class. Now we are going to, if we take the number of the orbit in 3, if we take the number of the orbit 3, then how much electron are filled into the third class? Now if n is equal to, then the formula, I have the formula up to n square, and 2 multiplied by n is equals to 3. If we take the 3, the number of the cell is equals to 3, then the square of the 3, and 2 multiplied by the square of the 3 is equals to 9, and the 2 multiplied by 9 is equals to 18. That means in the third class, the 18 electrons are filled in the third class. Now we are going to into the fourth class. If we take n is equals to 4, then we have the formula of 2n square, and then the 2 multiplied by 4, it is the square of 4, and the 2 multiplied by 4 the square of 16, and 16 to the 32. That means in outermost cell, that means the n cell. If you want to fill the electron in n cell, how much electron you will be filled? How much? 32 electrons will be filled into the fourth class of the atom. Clear? Now I am going to stop on this topic. We will study next topic inshallah tomorrow. Thank you.